Hey, family. Per usual, Black love, pride, and power. Also, you have to know yourself, to love your people. Get ready to cancel those subscriptions to White Supremacy Weekly and check those eagles at the play button. What I'm going to start doing is a bunch of different mini series on my channels where you can see right from the title what the topics are about. And this series that I'm doing right now, it's going to be the beginning of the Redemption Chronicles. So basically, with the Redemption Chronicles, I'm going to be picking, topics within the Black community that are really tough to talk about and to see whether or not you can come back from those. I'm going to meditate on them, do an analysis, and then bring you guys a video on my opinion on how far is too far, what you can and can't come back from. And there we go. So this is the first episode of the Redemption Chronicles. Now, you guys know me. Somebody's got to keep it 100 and all sunflowers and roses and butterflies. This is not the Black church where I just tell you stuff to make you feel good and then you go home feeling better about the bullshit situations that you're in and you're dealing with. This is where we keep it all the way 100. So this episode of Redemption Chronicles, we are going to be talking about the the not the opposite of the victims, the aggressors of sexual assault, abuse, pedophilia, and molestation, and basically anything else that fits into those categories in case I missed them. To start it off, no. Unfortunately for the aggressors in these situations, there is no redemption once you've committed any of these acts against the African person. We as a people have to have standards, okay? We have to have standards that protect the well-being of the whole African community, and we can't hold our breath and hope that these people don't relapse, okay? Hurt people. And the reason why we have such a high amount of abuse, sexual assault, pedophilia, molestation, all that kind of stuff in the black community, in the Black families, in the Black homes, is because all this stuff has been perpetuated since slavery. And instead of us actively doing something about it, we've been sweeping it under the rug. We've been pretending like nothing's happened, and these people grow up thinking that this stuff is normal or they can't deal with life properly, and a lot of them end up perpetuating this cycle and stuff as well, and that's extremely problematic. Take it from someone who was a victim of sexual assault, abuse, molestation, like pretty much you name it, I've dealt with it, and fortunately for me, I've been able to get to a place where I don't have to be as held back as I used to be, or as hurt and whatnot. But I can't, you can't undo what was done, and how many African people have been, mistreated by their parents, their aunties and uncles, their brothers and sisters, their cousins, their grandparents, etc., or just other African people, and then they go and want to share that pain or make somebody else feel as somebody who was not the cause of their pain. A lot of times when people are going around doing these things to other African people, it's misplaced, misdirected pain and anger. I'm hurt, so either A, I don't care if I hurt somebody else, or B, I want somebody else to be hurt. And people don't go and hurt the people that hurt them. They go and hurt other people who have yet to be hurt, or who have also been hurt before by other people who have got to them before you could. This, yeah. And then also, this is this should have been my first point. The number one thing: what about the victims? We have so many young Black women, especially. This happens to Black men as well, and this is a huge problem with Black men as well, even though it gets swept on the rug and it's the least talked about. But especially about how prominent it is with Black women, when we do try to tell our moms, or we do try to tell somebody or whatever, and we end up being the black sheep. We end up getting casted out, condemned, mistreated, talked to crazy, or abused some more by other family members, and things like that. It's really hard to even talk about these things. I was fortunate enough to have a family, especially a mother and a father, that when I did tell them about these things happening to me when I was a little kid, that it wasn't dismissing of the situation. They weren't dismissive, and they were able to help me heal and realize that, that stuff is not normal and okay, and they helped me to deal with it, as I got older. um 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. In fact, well, I'm 22 now. Yeah, I was 21 the last time that I was raped, and that was actually in college in my own home. Um, but the point of it is a lot of times we don't want to talk about these things. We don't want to come to our families. We don't want to go to the police and stuff, because the first thing they do, especially as a woman, is make you they just try to make it seem like it's your fault, and but before anything actually gets done and there's any resolve, you're burnt out. you know I want to tell, but then instead of it being okay, well, let's get this person, or let's take the proper measures to fix the situation, is, well, what was you doing there in the first place, or why was you wearing that, or da 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 da. At the end of the day, when it comes down to it, if I'm telling you that I was assaulted, molested, raped, or whatever the case may be, instead of getting mad at me, or being attacked, instead of attacking the victims for why they were victimized, how about we go and take down the perpetrators and aggressors, and figure out why they're doing this shit? Telling me that I should not dress a certain way to keep from getting attacked is not taking care of the fact that we have people out there who are looking to attack. That's what needs to be fixed. I should not have to hide in order to be safe. We should take care of the problem. And also, with that being said, we give too many passes and excuses, and the main ones giving these passes and excuses for these, disturbing and these sick people out here are the people who low-key don't have a problem with the situation. It's much easier to blame the victim than it is to deal with the aggressor. But the predators can never take back what they did to the victims. The damage is irreversible. So why should the fate of the predators not be? There's so bottom line, if no matter how much you apologize, no matter what counseling or whatever, someone who has committed pedophilia, sexual assault, abuse, molestation, or whatever against another African person, no matter what they do to try to get themselves together, they cannot undo what was already done to the victims. And the victims cannot unexperience that, and they cannot not re-experience that. That's not you getting your life together and saying, okay, well, welcome me with open arms into the community, it's all gonna be all good now because I'm better now. It's not gonna undo the damage that you did. So since the damage can't be reversed, your fate can't be reversed. And not accepting these people into the African community, into African spaces, around our families, our children, and whatnot, that's only step one. There needs to be consequences and repercussions. And even though a lot of us don't want to deal with the fucked up justice system, the unjustice system, things like the prison industrial complex and all that kind of stuff, I think if these people aren't sentenced to death and dealt with by our own communities, the ultimate punishment for them should be to have their fate dealt with by the worst people on the planet. But they can't be here no more, and they can't. No, there's no coming back from that. So this concludes the first episode of the Redemption Chronicles. Let's get the discussion popping in the comment sections. Like, comment, share, subscribe, all that kind of stuff. And per usual, Black love, Black pride, Black power. You got to know yourself, to love your people. And I will see y'all next time, family. Peace.